insane. But
Now he's caps lock, Mr.
Yeah.
Caps Lock.
Uh-huh.
Screaming all the time.
yeah.
It's still scary. I don't know. Probably my favorite bodybuilder of all time would be Lee Priest.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know who I'm talking about?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Big dude.
God. Yeah, but he's like, what, 5'4",
Yeah.
5'5"?
A lot of those guys are pretty short.
Mm-hmm. Even Phil Heath, he's not even 6 foot.
No. Isn't he like 5'8"?
Yeah, he's
maybe?
my height.
Yeah.
He's like my height.
Yeah.
Plus like an extra 100 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a big boy.
God, yeah, those guys are freaks.
It's I don't really watch like the competitions much, but I'll kind of like look at whatever, and it's like Phil is head and shoulders always above everybody.
Yeah.
Kai was pretty close for a while, but now
Yeah.
he's not doing the Olympia anymore.
I don't
What I
think
heard.
so.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't follow too much either, but he,
Yeah.
I don't know. Bodybuilding's not what it once was.
Yeah,
That's
it's
for
just
sure.
weird. Like,
Yeah.
Nobody wants to look like those dudes. Like,
No. Maybe for one day. Just one day be like big.
Yeah.
Arnold size, just walk around.
mhm. I mean that's different. Like the golden age, where
Mhm.
guys like actually looked aesthetic, and
Mm-hmm.
now it's kind of
What's your opinion on like the bodybuilding women, the ones who are bigger than both of us?
it's bizarre. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's pretty gnarly. I mean, respect, I guess. Like you're working your ass off,
Mhm.
and putting it in, but it's weird.
Yeah, it is. Just odd because I remember watching when I went to a show in like 2 years ago,
Yeah.
and I was just watching the show. It was in Duluth, and there was a person. I didn't know if it was a guy or a girl in front of me, but they were in front of me, and just snacking on some food, wearing a hoodie,
Yeah.
and it was up, and I saw these big, massive traps starting from her shoulders all the way up to her ears, just big. And then and then I figured I was a girl when she took off her sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Holy crap, she's so big.
Yeah.
She's definitely bulking, just rounded, just big. Holy crap, so scary.
Yeah. I mean, I don't get it myself, but
No.
people don't get why anyone really. Some people just don't understand why anyone would want to work out and get big muscles.
That's true. Yeah, you talk to like a car guy or something like that,
Uh-huh.
they don't get it.
I don't care.
Yeah.
You know?
Are you into cars?
Not really,
Yeah.
honestly.
No.
Not really.
Yeah.
How about you?
No. Not
Yeah.
really. Not
It's
even
just-
a little bit.
Yeah. It's just, I know it's a expensive hobby,
Yeah.
and if I was into it, I would want to waste a lot of money on it, and
Think
I'd
so.
just try and stay away. And it's not really that important to me anyways. I don't need I just want a nice car that runs well, and everything works, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah. So what was one of the more interesting things? Because I'm just thinking about psychology. Because that's like a big topic, big subject. You can learn so much from it. What was one of the most interesting things you learned through it?
There's just so much, it's hard to even pinpoint it. But
Was there any videos that you watched and you're like, that's interesting?
I guess, yeah, and like the experiments that they did a long time ago, there's a lot of nasty stuff that kind of went on. But I honestly was very interested just applying a lot of these theories to exercise, and obviously exercise combats depression and anxiety and all those things, and I thought that was interesting. But it's hard to pinpoint it and really say what was most interesting.
Yeah.
I learned so much.
You talk about like serial killers at all?
Yeah. And there's all the theories like these kids kill animals when they're young and they grow up to be serial killers. There's a lot of stuff that's it freaks people out. Because there's a lot of kids that actually kill animals that end up being totally normal. It's just really, it's bizarre.
Yeah.
There's just so many dynamics that it's impossible to really put it all together.
Yeah, serial killers.
Yeah.
Um,
Pretty gnarly.
I don't know. I mean, the mind is weird just because of how someone can dislike something and someone can like something. Even though we all have the same brains, how that's triggered. It's weird.
I enjoyed neuroscience and seeing how the brain functions and neurons firing and things like that. it's interesting to know like that a lot of mental illness actually does stem from chemical imbalances in the brain,
Mm-hmm.
and it's interesting.
Can you answer for me what is a headache? What exactly is that?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know if we really discussed it much. It's
Is that like
they can stem from so many different things, like you're not drinking enough water and
Mhm.
not eating enough.
yeah.
You're not drinking caffeine that you're used to drinking. Like everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Like if you're addicted to caffeine and stop drinking caffeine
Yeah.
or drink less,
Pretty
then
sure
you get
everyone-
headaches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that like chemical, physical?
Probably.
Can your brain swell up?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Uh-huh.
God.
I mean that's but
That's one thing that Alzheimer's, no go. Never want
That's
that
crazy.
to happen.
yeah, and like dementia and all that stuff. It's pretty gnarly. Well, a good way to combat that is exercise.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just your brain having pretty much like high blood pressure, arteries
Yeah, it's weird.
just clogging, getting too thick, and then it's closing off that synapse through your neurons. Just nope, sorry,
Yeah.
memory's suppressed. Can't make new ones. Nope, wouldn't want that.
Yeah.
No way.
So what was your first like what really got you into lifting? Really, you just kind of started doing it and went with it, or was there
Yeah.
something that sparked you?
It was the first time I ever trained was in that dungeon room with my
Yeah.
buddy, and he's like, yeah, come over and train with me. So I trained with him, and honestly I didn't feel good when I did it. I didn't feel good at all.
Yeah.
And he kind of just kept pushing me. He's like, hey, I'm gonna train again, you want to do it? And I was like, yeah, okay. And I didn't know any of the positives or negatives to it, and just did it. I was like 16.
Yeah.
Just did it, and then I started seeing results really quickly, and then my brain function was a lot different. Like I felt a lot better,
Yeah.
lot better. You just feel so much happier. I don't even know if it's because I had like a depression state, but if it was just being happier.
Those endorphins, man.
Yeah, and it wasn't
It's
just
rolling.
after the workout; it was like all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's kind of one of those things where you go from having like a good day once every 20 days to having a good day every day. You know, those
Yeah.
days where you feel on top of the world, you're just unstoppable.
Yeah.
That happened to me every day. I was like, man, this is great. It must be from lifting, and it was. So I just kept going. At that time I didn't have any goals or anything. Just did it,
Sure.
and it was weird. I didn't diet at all. I was eating crap food.
Oh yeah, that's how everyone starts. No
Yeah.
one just like starts lifting and I'm gonna do this strict
Mm-hmm.
broccoli chicken every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably. All right. So the number one pet peeve of mine for people who, for anyone who goes to the gym, and you've been training for over 3 years, 3 years and over, and you're still doing the same exact routine.
Yeah.
I'm talking to the dot. Like you're still picking up those 30-pound dumbbells for your curls. You're still benching 135, up 185, up 225, and then you stop. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's everyone. Not everyone. Can't say everyone. But most people, and they're still training the same way. My advice is stop. You need
Switch
to
it up.
change. And what that means is just adding in another set or
One different exercise
Yep.
in your routine.
that's it. That's my biggest pet peeve, believe it or not, in the gym. That's the biggest one.
Yeah.
It's not someone coming up and stealing my bench or someone coming up and bothering me to my workout. No, it's I look around and I see someone. I'm like, man, that guy is wasting time.
Mm-hmm.
And I had someone say, well, maybe he wants to be just the same. He wants some maintenance, just stay the same. I was like, what? I thought about that. I'm like, what? Who wants to stay the same?
Yeah.
Go to the gym and stay the same. I don't think anyone does.
Mm-hmm.
And then, again, nobody likes change in a sense, too. I think, I don't know how they don't figure it out, put one and one together and say, well, I need to
Change
do
something a
different.
little bit.
Yeah.
At least the diet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're moving the same weights that you were a year ago, there's something like you're not doing something right.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I don't know. It's silly. Gym just...
It's interesting.
It really is. Watching people in the gym is probably more interesting than watching people at a bar.
Yeah. Depends on the night.
I haven't seen a good fight in a while.
Yeah.
Like a bar fight.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't.
Yeah.
Waiting for it.
Yeah. I don't go out to the bar enough to really know, but I guess once or twice a month I actually go out to the bar. But other than that, it's just out to eat or chilling with my friends or chilling at home.
Right.
Nothing too crazy.
Are you a beer guy?
I am.
You look like a beer guy.
I am a beer guy. But I also drink liquor and all that. You know, I'm not real picky. I'll drink wine, you know.
Yeah. No.
It's good.
I love wine now.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah. It's different.
Wine is great. It's
Yeah.
probably the best thing now.
Yeah.
Became a wino. Honestly, you can just... Because wine, there's so much selection. You can just say, nah, I haven't tried this one. It's not like you drink it by yourself. You always drink it with your spouse.
Yeah.
You're not going to have it with a bro.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yo, dude,
No.
let's get a bottle of wine and hit the town, you know.
Yeah. Let's stay home and have a wine. Nah, doesn't happen.
Yeah.
It's really calming, too. You feel different. You don't get super excited.
Yeah.
Just hang out.
It's good. Yeah. It's relatively healthy, too, and when you're talking alcohol.
Mm-hmm. There's a diet plan. So when I was doing that show, I was looking up all sorts of diets. So I was doing solo. I was just going to figure it all out by myself. So I went to the internet for help. And the one I came across said, if you want, there's a bunch of options at the end for the nighttime kind of snack period.
Yeah.
Like peanut butter was included. You could have like a teaspoon
Yeah.
of, not teaspoon, yeah, any kind of amount of peanut butter at night.
Yeah. A lot of people do that.
Yeah. And then another option was like a glass of wine. I'm like, oh shit.
Let's go buy some wine.
Yeah, let's get it.
Yeah.
It sounded backwards. I didn't do that.
Yeah.
Because alcohol's a poison. I'm not going to do that. Especially when you're trying to cut down to the lowest weight possible. Lowest body fat.
Yeah.
Which isn't healthy at all. I've
I know.
talked to people and they think it's healthy. Like,
No, there's definitely a threshold that you cross where you're just going to get less healthy.
all right, I was so mentally unstable. I had a point where I was talking to clients and I was, instead of saying 1, 2, 3, 4, I was counting out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I'm like, do Thursday more. I'm like, what the fuck did you say? Like, I mean 4. I'm thinking weekdays now for numbers. It was bad.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah, foggy brain the whole time.
Yeah. Are you planning on doing another show?
I'm thinking about it, like next year.
Yeah.
So I want to go up to classic physique instead of just men's physique. Like you look at that picture, and that's the only pose you do. It's like,
Really?
oh, I'm here. Now I'm here.
Yeah.
And here's my back. And here's my side. And here's my front.
Yeah.
And it wasn't bad. Like I liked it. I enjoyed the show. It was very fun. But the whole process is super selfish.
Really?
I couldn't hang out with anyone. You can't.
Oh yeah, you gotta keep. You're in this regime, you know.
Yeah.
Dial everything back.
It was terrible. That was definitely one of the least fun parts about it. Even though I'm not like I've already been to the gym, I had that going for me. But the diet change was different. Like I was cooking every other day.
Yeah.
Most people can't. Most people don't even cook once a week. People do meal prep and they'll cook like all their food once for a whole week.
Yeah.
And then they just have stacks of Tupperware.
Chilling in the fridge and the freezer.
I just cook every other day. It worked out way better for me. But do what you got to do.
Yeah.
And that's another thing too. There's no one way to cut down to a certain body fat percentage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've never even really considered competing before. I don't know. I just there's just too many things that I have to dial back, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like you said, you get hazy. Even sometimes now, like I'll feel like if I'm not eating enough, you can feel it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I just never really thought about it.
Yeah. What kind of diet do you have? I've always wondered. That's a big thing I wonder about a lot of guys in the gym. Like the bigger dudes like you. I'm like, wonder what they're eating.
I eat a lot of chicken and turkey burger and stuff like that. Like I'll still eat unhealthy food, but not really that often.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But a lot of turkey and chicken.
Turkey.
Yeah, I'm a turkey guy.
Hitting that turkey. What about for carbs?
Both white and brown rice, little wheat bread.